Wining and dining at the Earth Summit as world leaders flock to Johannesburg for the largest gathering of heads of state ever outside of New York City. Add to that tens of thousands of delegates, all converged in one of the city's most affluent neighborhoods and a stone's throw away from its seediest slum. Hotels and guest houses, restaurants and diners all put on their broadest smiles and waited to cash in on the summit bonanza. This is upmarket Westcliff Hotel, a 15-minute drive from the summit site. Delegates here dine on the finest of foods, everything from fresh oysters to caviar, under a backdrop of the city's imposing skyline. Delegates pay for their own meals, and General Manager Mark Holden says they aren't any different from any of his regular guests.
I haven't seen any extravagance in my hotel, much as though I might have wished for that. But that notwithstanding, I think really we're missing some of the true point of this. I think the World Summit, certainly with the amount of delegates that we've had to look after in Johannesburg, I think we've looked after somewhere between 35 to 40,000 delegates from all corners of the earth. That has provided many more employment opportunities.
Employment opportunities that have enabled the 120-room Westcliff to hire additional staff for the summit period. But it's not just the upmarket neighborhoods that are attracting the delegates. This is Soweto, scene of some of the most violent incidents during the apartheid era. And this is Wandi's, a local shebeen and one-time illegal gathering place. Today, it's a famous restaurant for both tourists and now summit goers. There are no frills here, just a buffet lunch of homegrown delicacies.
The business was very good. We made sure that when they think of coming to this country, we are #1 or the first choice.
Conference organizers say despite critics calling this summit just another UN extravaganza, there's very little to show that it's been all about high living.
Well, first, we didn't live a high life. I hope you saw that. And one of the things that we did do was to really encourage a certain frugality. For instance, the UN didn't host any function. We were particular. I hope people realize this. I've lived on sandwiches most of the time, and so have most of the delegates. And this has not been a place full of these lavish dinners and parties.
But many agree there are great disparities between the rich and poor throughout the world, and Johannesburg is no different.
We would want to change these inequities. We would want to be able to uplift the poor. We would want to be able to improve their conditions. And so whilst the observation may be accurate, it really is not the issue.
Total running costs to the UN of the entire World Summit, roughly $1 million. 1/10 of what it cost to host just over half as many delegates at the Rio Earth Summit 10 years ago. Jeff Koinange, CNN, Johannesburg.